Hello ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Lee here for the Lazy Tech Guys, and I'm here to review the Razer Kraken Chroma 7.1 gaming headset. Alright, so here is the Razer Kraken 7.1 Chroma headset. This is a virtual 7.1 USB headset. It is actually also compatible with the PS4, though I haven't tried it out yet. I believe it only works in 2.0 mode when connected to that. In addition, with the USB port, it is gold plated, so it definitely looks like it's durable in that sense. As with the previous versions of the Kraken, this also has the retractable mic, which can be pulled out from the little port here. I know it's kind of hard to see with my hands in the way here, but it pulls out just very easily, and it also has a built-in mute button as well. Now, this first was announced back in August of last year by the Razer CEO himself as a way to kind of bring personalization back to the gamers in a sense. So one of the big things that makes this a little more unique compared to the previous versions of the Kraken is that with the Chroma feature added, you're now able to kind of personalize the aesthetic look of the device itself. Now, it doesn't really have a performance plus to it, but for those of you who want to kind of color coordinate and add a little more uniqueness to your setup, it's definitely a step in that direction. Now, some of the good points that I wanted to note about the headset is the sound quality. Compared to what I've tried out, like the 7.1 Tiamat from Razer also, the virtual USB portion of it sounds pretty good. Very good, actually. So, in terms of that, I tried it with first-person shooters, MMOs, even regular movies, and as well as music, whether it's CD quality or streaming. It never in any case sounded terrible. In addition to that, the earmuffs that are on there, the cushions themselves, definitely feel very comfortable. They're very good, especially with my habits of using them anywhere from 4 to 6 hours a day, whether it is gaming or work related. It never, in my mind, felt like they were painful to wear. In addition to that, having a microphone like this, when I tried it out, just for laughs and giggles, I know it's not the same as using my condenser mic that I have specifically for podcasts, for more of my important work, but for those of you gaming out there that don't really require that type of quality, it's definitely a plus on, being able to communicate with your teammates, with your clanmates, and definitely being able to mute your mic to save you from embarrassing yourself during those times. So it's definitely a plus. But one of the big things that I do like about the Kraken, at least this version, is that it is travel friendly. So you're able to fold them up like so. One of the things that I did run into as a problem with my Tiamat is having to carry it from Starbucks to a friend's house, on vacation, to a convention. It was more of a bulkier unit because I did have to carry around my sound card as well in this sense. So having the ability, to plug in directly to my computer with the Synapse software, which I'll get into a little bit, makes it very easy and convenient. Now, one of the big problems, or I would say technically this would be a bad point with the Kraken, is that it is Synapse reliant, and heavily reliant mainly because if you want to, like I said earlier, if you want to use the 7.1 portion of the headset, you have to have Synapse working and installed, and it actually has to recognize the headset as well. If it doesn't recognize it, it's only going to broadcast in 2.0, which kind of really sucks, and it kind of really doesn't justify buying something of this price, whereas you could just hook up your iPhone headset and just call it a day, which won't sound the same. So in my case, I had some software issues. I would say software conflict, mainly with Windows. In my case, I had the software installed previously when I did the review for the Razer Taipan. Unfortunately, it gave me the object already exist error. So I actually had to jump into Windows, remove the Windows security update KB2918614, and once I did that, Synapse installed, got everything running, and it worked like a charm. Now, it can vary from some of you folks depending on what type of issues you are experiencing, but once you get past all that, it works fine. But I do know that there are other alternatives to the Synapse software that you can possibly get it to work, but I can't say that from experience what works and what doesn't. So with that said, the Razer Kraken Chroma headset easily scores the 3.5 out of 5, mainly because of the software. It is heavily reliant on it. It does make it easy for people to set up once you get it working, but it does kind of limit itself if you do have problems with it. I do wish that it was a little more user-friendly in that respect, as far as maybe working with Windows in that sense. But I mean, it's not a big deterring factor. It's kind of inconvenient. But with that aside, the headset itself actually sounds very good. The mic quality is very good as well, considering that not a lot of headset mics are supposed to be like super quality. But at the same time, it's good enough that you're able to hear the other person, or they can actually hear you, and you're able to mute yourself, especially if you're, the type of person that likes to eat in front of their computer. I'm definitely guilty of that. And it's really travel friendly. I can't I can't stress that more than enough. So I will be including a more detailed version of this review on our website, which I'll include in the link in the info section below. If you have any questions as far as the review goes, you can contact me through comments at lazytechguys.com, or directly through Andrew at lazytechguys.com, or through ltgaoshi at gmail.com. You can also follow me through Instagram and Twitter. My Twitter handle is xaoshisanx, as well as Aoshisan through Instagram. I also have a Twitch feed for the LTG guys there, which you can follow me through twitch.tv/Aoshisan. So until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace.